and some newer faces will come back to go head-to-head against the clock as well to see who can be crowned champion of Toronto, champion of Angelstone tournaments. Well, let's take a look at the start list for our jump-off. 7 combinations coming forward. The first rider into the ring will be Paul O'Shea with Little Magic Dorsho. Then David O'Brien will go next with El Balou OLD. Of course, luck of the Irish for him last night for the team competition. Gabriel de Matos Mercado goes next with Legoland Sandro, and then Coco Fath with Happy Time, looking to make her first appearance on a Major League Showjumping podium. Lily Keenan with Kick On. She is looking to make her 3rd win of a Major League Showjumping Grand Prix. Alessandra Volpi will be your penultimate competitor of the evening with Candy Luck Z. She's had a lot of luck this week already, but can it hold out for this biggest class of the week? Kent Farrington will be defending his title with Two-Liner as your final rider to go. Well, that is who's going to come forward, but what will they be tackling? Of course, we have a very tough course for them to take on. We set out over fence 4 from round 1, the Major League Showjumping Oxa there. And we have a turn into another difficult upright right-handed turn. So it's the Kubota Oxa at fence 6 that will be coming up second. We then will make a right-handed turn to the Premier Equestrian Upright at fence 7. We'll just bring you the details of that in a moment's time. But plenty of delicate questions as well as galloping distances in this jump-off course. Of course, it's all about speed. They've got to keep the pace up, but with some really delicate fences in there as well. They have to be careful too. They cannot afford to knock a fence. These are some serious names that we have to come in this competition, and they are all absolutely going for top honours. Well, here we are then, and we'll take you through this course now. We set out over, indeed, the fence, that was fence 4 from round 1, the Major League Showjumping Oxa. We then have a longer run up to the Kubota Oxa at fence 6 from round 1. We then make a right-handed turn to what was fence 7. It's the Premier Equestrian Upright, very delicate fence there. Then down to 8, B and C, we have removed the first part of the triple combination, the Blue Swans designed fence. One stride in between those two. Then it's the left-handed rollback to fence 9, the Policaro Upright, and then a new fence at fence 15. It's an upright at the Cabana Coast fence before we then go to another new fence at 16. It's 12A from round 1, but this one is now designed as an Oxa and in the reverse direction to finish things off. So as I say, some galloping distances in there, some tight rollbacks, some delicate fences, a lot for them to take in and quite a bit to contend with, and all done as fast as they can. Well, we're going to be having the first horse back into the ring for the jump-off in just a moment's time. I'm going to hand it over to Ed Holloway on the commentary, who will be taking us through every moment of the action.
Thank you, Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what has already been a wonderful Kubota 5-star Grand Prix here, leg 2 of Major League Showjumping's 4th season. This is the jump off the $200,000 Kubota 5-star Grand Prix, leg 2 of Major League Showjumping's 4th season. Ontario, Canada. We are 70 kilometers due west of Toronto. And battle has been waged. 33 combinations came to face Guilherme George's first round, and only 7 made the cut, both clear jumping and inside 84 seconds. Approximately 1 in 5 only have made this jump off, and 3 nations are represented. The lion's share with the USA with 4 for the United States of America, 2 for Ireland. The first 2 clears were for the Irish, and 1 for Brazil. It's been a long time since the Brazilian last win in Major League Showjumping. That was Santiago Lambra, September 2021 in Caledon in our first year. Not so long since the last American victory. That was Carl Cook, the Coachella Cup, the finals late last season in December. And the last Irish win was Daniel Coyle and Legacy, actually back in December of 2022 at La Quinta. Paul O'Shea's off to a flying start. This is a galloping jump, of course, as he wheels back to the Premier Equestrian vertical at 7. It's then a long way down to 8B and C, 8A omitted. This course will fancy a galloper with a big stride. This is a little horse, so whether he's got the canter gallop length to make these very long gallop sections possible quickly, we wait and see, but I'm afraid to no avail. Little Magic Dash Show kicks out the front bar of the Cabana Coast Oxer at 15. And then down to the last fence in 4 penalties. 4 penalties the score at 15. 44.61 was the time. But this course, such long gallop sections, it favours a galloper, as I say, and you've got to be brave to come down to 160 obstacles at a flat gallop, which you will need to win tonight. See, I think, some front bars falling after the long gallops. That's going to be a theme of this jump off. 4 penalties, the man who has won 1 Major League Grand Prix. That was at Monterey in November 2021. The second for Ireland comes forward, and to complete a memorable weekend, having won the team competition with Helios last night, and he was the man that delivered that gold medal match winning round with this horse El Baloo. David O'Brien from Athenry Galway is on course, and this horse has got the gallop to master these long stretches, and boy, he sees a beautiful stride down to the Kubota Oxer at 6, and that was a great turn here. This pair won a big 3-star Grand Prix at Wellington earlier this season. Could they go one bigger here at Angelstone, Toronto? This is wonderful from David O'Brien. Rollback turn is flowing, it's fluid, and now hacks down to Cabana Coast Oxer. Brilliant footwork on takeoff there. David O'Brien now wheels for home. He's got 30 metres to the last fence. This is going to set the cats among the pigeons. Jumps the last fence to give us our first double clear of the Kubota 5-star Grand Prix. That will take some beating. 42.06 sets the bar high. He's about 2 2/3 of a second quicker than his Irish colleague. What a round that was to maybe win his first Major League Grand Prix. What a round from David O'Brien. The bar has been set at 42.06. Now Brazil try and end the pain. They've waited since Santiago Lambra's win, Caledon's Grand Prix, September 2021. 3 years later, Gabriel de Matos Machado, to my eye, is a gear slower than David O'Brien. Still picks up well out over the Kubota Oxer. Yeah, no, back bar, I'm afraid, did fall, so it's his birthday this week. Will not be delivered a late birthday present, I'm sad to say. This horse only 10 years of age. We've got a 9-year-old to come later. 3 10-year-olds. This horse kick on of Lily Keenan and Ken Farrington's defending champion. Tulane are all 10. Gabriel de Matos Machado. He wins a question. Wellington comes down to the last fence and crosses the line. 43.45. So yeah, best part of a second and a half down on the leading time of David O'Brien, but does take the Kubota Oxer, our sponsor's Oxer, sadly at fence number 6. Brave effort from the Brazilian, completing with 4 penalties. But now the US rush starts. The gold rush may be for the USA, because the last 4 are all for the United States of America. They were so dominant as a nation last year. Carl Cook winning the Coachella Cup, the finals. Carl Cook won Traverse City's American Gold Cup in September. Lily Keenan, the leg before in Ottawa. Kent Farrington won this leg. Carl Cook won Traverse City last year, so they have been the nation to beat over the last year. Coco Fath, the youngest, still standing. Turned 24 just 5 days ago. The Major League rookie this week from Connecticut gets away with happy time. Runs down to the Kubota Rocks. Powers out over that. Quality Time TN cross to Berlin, owned by Hillside Farm for Coco. Slithers out over the top of the Premier Equestrian vertical. But I think down on David O'Brien's time here. 42.06 just looks a little bit more ponderous on the turns than that committed turn from the Irishman. But then Coco Fath chases down to Cabana Coast-Oxa. Now, 42.06, can she charge late? I think is just going to be down on David O'Brien's time, but boy has charged late, and well, it is about a second and a quarter down on David O'Brien. 44.32 for Coco Fath. The youngest in our Kubota Grand Prix. She'll go second. But it's going to be a memorable night here at Angel Stone for the young gun from Connecticut. Halfway standings, David O'Brien has set the outstanding time. 42.06 is a bright halfway target. Coco Fath lies second, 44.32. And then come the two 4-fault rounds. Third, the quicker 4-faulter Gabriel de Matos Machado, and Paul O'Shea in fourth place with now just 3 more to come. And of those 3, 2 former double Grand Prix champions on Major League Showjumping's now 4th season. This lady and Kent Farrington, the former double champions. This horse, again, like David O'Brien's horse, has got ground cover to take on these long gallop stretches and try and get close to 42.06. Lily Keenan, winner in Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey La Silla, November 2022 was her maiden Major League win. Her first ever 5-star Grand Prix victory. Ottawa last year again fell to Lily Argan de Belliard. And the world number 40 gets away aboard this new ride for Lily. Kick On is on the course. Now very nicely down out over the Kubota Rocks. The Brendan Hill stud bred Kick On. The Chansonet Farms Beautiful Bay looks in touch here. I think naturally very fast, this horse. Lily Keenan wheels back now, 42.06 in the American sights. Up and out over the Policaro vertical. Gasp from the crowd, but it has stayed in the cups. Now this is on here for Lily Keenan. She charges for home. She is in touch here. David O'Brien is going to be beaten. And Lily Keenan comes home. Look at that, 2.89 seconds to the good of the Irishman. And Lily Keenan has posted an outstanding time there, bearing in mind just how good David O'Brien was. That takes an absolute battering from the world number 40. We have a real battle here on our hands with the youngster Alessandra Volpi and the defending champion still to start. Lily Keenan posts a great time. 39.17, go out and beat that. The likes of Coco and Ken Farrington will be thinking that is some challenge. But now, this incredibly young pair, 9-year-old mare with a 24-year-old jockey from Northern California, Woodside. Stanford University graduate Alessandra Volpi is away. Massive jump out over the opener. Andy Luck said second in the qualifier on Thursday, gives the Kubota Rocks a feet to spare. Wheels back to the Premier Equestrian vertical. I fancy just a shade slower than Lily Keenan down into the Swans double. 8A and B, but what an outstanding talent this mare is. Alessandra, yeah, sensibly back to the Policaro vertical. Yeah, time's ebbing away here, but I think on this young mare, you wouldn't go for broke to beat Lily Keenan. It would be risky with such a young, talented mare. It's outstandingly good, however, bearing in mind the 9-year-old's age. 43.83, and Alessandra Volpi goes into a podium place into third with one more to come. Two podium places for the USA. Lily Keenan out in front. Alessandra Volpi goes into third, and David O'Brien has guaranteed himself a podium finish here in this Kubota 5-star Grand Prix and Major League show jumping here at Angelstone, with one more to come. But what a battle we now have on our hands. The win, of course, cut and dried for the USA, and we wait and watch this combination's extraordinary ability. So fasten up your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a white knuckle ride as the defending champion and world number 6, Ken Farrington, sets sail. 39.17 of Lily Keenan for this outstanding mare, Tulane, is on the cards here. Ken Farrington is fleet-footed, boy. Back to 7. He clears it, and I think quicker. She had a brilliant string of wins last year. The Grand Prix wins came one after another. And then the Trophée de Genève. Tulane, little bunny hop on the turn, back to the Policaro group vertical. And Ken, I think, has got time in hand here. He turns for home. The gallop is on. Ken Farrington down to the last fence. It's going to go to the wire. Look at the clock. Oh, my word, he's outside the time. 45.7. 1.4 seconds quicker was Lily Keenan. Quite extraordinary, bearing in mind the foot speed, the turns that were so deft from Kent and Tulane. But 1.4 seconds is the deficit. And the defending champion is going to be second in what has been a compelling leg 2 at Angelstone here in Toronto. The Kubota 5-star Grand Prix is wrapped up here. And we have had a wonderful couple of hours of world-class sport here in the BFL arena. We must draw breath as we remind you of the final standings. Only 5 combinations jumped. Guilherme George's courses with a double clear. Only 5 from 33. And the USA reign once again. Of course, Nahar Nassar won the last Grand Prix last year for Egypt, and the first win this year went to Emmy Miller for Canada. But here's confirmation: the Stars and Stripes are back in winning form. It's a 1-2 for the USA. Lily Keenan makes history. It is her 3rd Major League show jumping Grand Prix win. She wins with kick on 39.17. The defending champions are ousted of top spot by 1.4 seconds. The world number 6 is second, Ken Farrington. And David O'Brien won with Helios, the team competition yesterday. He has a podium finish, 3rd place for the Irishman with El Balou. Great finishes from the young guns for the States. Alessandra Volpi, Coco Fath, 4th and 5th. And Gabriel de Matos Machado has a very good 6th place here. And Major League show jumping in Angelstone. And Paul O'Shea himself won Major League Grand Prix to his name, Monterey in 2021, has 7th place. And Vaclav Stanek is 8th for Czechia. The winners up in Spruce Meadows, 8th place with Quintin. Skylar Wyman won yesterday with Helios. She is 9th, and Rodrigo Pessoa is 10th.
Well, yes, thank you very much. I'm here with our winner tonight, Lily Keenan. Lily, what a performance, especially that rollback. That was outstanding.
Thank you. I have a really special horse, and he really rose to the occasion tonight. It's our first 5-star Grand Prix together, and felt like his 100th.
And this is actually your 3rd Major League Grand Prix win. Your other 2 were on grass rings, though. How did you approach this differently?
This being the third is also yet again a different horse. So I really try to pick my events based off of each horse's strength. This horse I haven't jumped in many small rings, so this is something different. And he's usually pretty awesome, so he stayed true to himself tonight.
You've just told me something quite interesting about your jacket color choice and this horse. Tell us all about that.
So I call Kick On Ken in the barn because I bought him when the Barbie movie came out. So he gets pink for Ken.
Love it. Thank you so much, Lee. We're going to ask you to talk through your round. There is so much we would like to hear about from this because it was absolutely incredible. I'll just get you to turn and look at our camera here.
So I wanted to make sure I have a big gallop to 1. I had my friend Johnny Pauls watching the others for me, tell me the numbers I could do. So I planned 10, 1 to 2. I had a big jump at 1, so I got a bit far. And I took my first distance out of this corner, and I planned to do a real leave out here to the combination, which was pretty risky. But he saved me at B. Ideally, you wouldn't come in that hot into a combination. This horse's strength really in turns, he's always following my eye, so he was super there. Then I galloped down in the 9, I got there slowing up so I could make this inside turn, and then I just pushed all the way through the finish timers, and he gave me everything. It was long, wow.
Wow, what an incredible round. Huge congratulations. We can't wait to see you and Ken in action again.
Thank you so much.
We'll let you get ready back for the all prize giving ceremony. Congratulations. Well, that rounds out the competition for Major League Showjumping Toronto, of course, leg 2 of the series. Next week, we go to Ottawa, the Canadian capital, the very venue where last year Lily Keenan was the Grand Prix winner as well. Can she make it 2 wins 2 weeks in a row? We have a great lineup of riders to bring you next week as well, but do join us again. We bring you that live on MLSJ TV via Clip My Horse, so do join us again next week for leg 3.